The thing that I liked most about Michael Jordan as a player was the fact that I didn't have to try to guard him. If you had a poor defensive scheme, he was going to fill the hoop up until you either figured it out or the game was over and you lost the game. Some of his acrobatic drives to the hoop are just remarkable. You know, he can get past the defense and use a little bit of English off of the glass. The ball drops in so nice. It takes some really advanced skills to do that consistently. The 1988 All-Star Game was a showcase for Michael. Michael had figured out all the things he needed to know to be a dominant player. Everything. One-on-one, couldn't guard him. What Michael Jordan showed the whole sports world was the fact that you put the right people with him, he's going to lead them to world championships, without question. He was a prime example of excellence and a leader that would lead you all the way to the top, all the way to the top. That was basketball at its finest.
The L weaving its way through these quiet winter streets as all the action is inside the raucous Chicago Stadium.
To the All-Star Exhibition Game. Let's meet the starters for the West. At forward, making his 7th All-Star appearance, the standout veteran of the Denver Nuggets, 6'7", Alex English. Making his All-Star debut, the front court star, and now the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. At forward, a 3-time most.
Greetings, everyone, from Chicago, the host of the 1988 All-Star Game. Alongside the terrific Clark Kellogg and our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this terrific city has produced some greats, and 4 of them playing tonight.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The Windy City, Chicago, has produced Mo Cheeks, Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and Mark Aguirre, all All-Stars, and I'm sure they've got plenty of family and friends in attendance to enjoy their performance on the court.
Yep, so much to celebrate. And Clark, is there a common thread when you think about a Chicago-type player?
Well, I certainly do believe there's a common thread. When playing outside or outdoors in the Windy City, the perimeter shot can easily get blown off course. So you got to be able to get that thing to the rack and in a straight line fashion. And that's something all Chicago players share in common.
A lot of high flyers, you're right. And your West All-Stars, Pat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside, and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Here's Jordan. Good, nice job down low. Clark, and amidst this All-Star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
And the basket by Malone.
And, you know, before every game, Karl Malone calls his mother back in Summerfield, Louisiana, to ask what numbers he should shoot for. Tonight, she said go for 25 and 11.
And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
Yep, the Tennessee Volunteers should be here. And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. Now, Jordan following the three-point attempt by Fat Lever. And good that time. Jordan's got his second basket of the night. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
Here's Johnson after the made shot from Michael Jordan. Olajuwon can't hit.
Showing great intensity around the rim there. It's part of why he's such a respected defender.
And that one drops. Jordan's got 6. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. Johnson inside, defended by Jordan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Team foul.
Star power and firepower.
Shooting
veteran IQ and smarts, but you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed, they do. And that one falls for Olajuwon.
You know, on the floor, Keem just doesn't have a physical advantage. He's also very mentally tough. He brings a lot of focus to his game.
And Olajuwon drops them both. The East leading by 7. Outside, Jordan. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 10. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
Totally unacceptable, inexcusable, the number of points they're allowing inside.
The West trails by 9. Johnson, the pass to Malone. And English kicks to Malone. Up top, Olajuwon. And no good. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Wilkins dishes to Jordan. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Jumping all over them right from the tip-off. They now have a double-digit advantage.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West. 11-point game. English right side. Olajuwon outside. 6 on the shot clock. Lever against Thomas. Lever can't get it to go. And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominique Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it so badly. Perhaps the home court advantage gave Michael Jordan Clark the edge.
And there was another winner from last night, and that was Larry Bird, taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like him.
Here's Jordan after Magic Johnson's bucket. In the corner, Wilkins with it. Trying to find Bird. He's got it now. A shot's good on the assist from Wilkins. And Larry Bird winning 3 straight MVP awards from 1983 to 1986.
You know who the last player was to do that?
I know I'm going back to the 60s. Something. You tell me.
Yeah,
I know
it's
you
Bill
know.
Russell.
Yeah, right.
It's
of
Bill
course.
Russell, 1960 to 63.
Of course. I'm glad we bring him up.
Alex
A legend.
English.
Yep. And Fat Lever, snubbed a year ago, now a first-time All-Star, well-deserved. He leads the league in triple-doubles, one of the original stat sheet stuffers, averaging 9 rebounds a game as well, best by a mile for NBA guards. And with Patrick Ewing leading the way, the New York Knicks finally competitive again. The big man has quickly found a rapport with rookie point guard Mark Jackson. They are a team on the rise. Book that.
And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP. And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this city is on fire with Jordan, aren't they? I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah. Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Looking at who's out there now for the West. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Elijah One. Worthy comes in for English. And Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Lever.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most All-Star appearances by far in NBA history. Clark, an All-Star in every season of his career except one. And in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first All-Star appearance. That player, Brad Daugherty.
No kidding.
That's right.
Here's Jordan. Following the score by Clyde Drexler. The size and aggression of Patrick Ewing inside.
The #1 overall pick in 1985, and it was an All-Star rookie season for Patrick Ewing. Hurt last year, but nice to see him back where he belongs, right in the All-Star game.
And Kareem looking to set the career record for All-Star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you gotta love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
A good one.
Bird would not be denied there. Great intensity to play through the foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for your East All-Star.
And the second free throw, good. Here's Johnson. Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so
2
pedestrian.
minutes remaining in the first.
They grabbed their own miss.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
It's Bird, top of the key. Good, and it's Jordan picking up the assist. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Johnson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Johnson's length makes him hard to deal with inside, which is why he's able to draw fouls.
Shooting for the West, Magic Johnson. At the line for 2.
So Johnson hits 2 of them.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
11 feet away. And when the jump shot is fallen for Michael Jordan, what can you do? He is unstoppable. Johnson, the pass to Worthy. Now Abdul-Jabbar. Three-pointer. Worthy, no good. There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor. Now here's Jordan. 14 points for him, and it's in there. Jordan's got 16.
Right from the start, they set the tone and were the more dominant team.
Jordan against Johnson. Crafty move. It's hauled in by Ewing. Ewing's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Michael Jordan again. 18 points for him.
Early on, they built this lead on the power of paint points.
On the wing, Johnson. Guarded by Jordan. Johnson down low. Jordan's there. 5 to shoot. It's good.
And making his All-Star debut in his third year in the league, Karl Malone, one of 4 players in the NBA, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds a game.
And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for the East. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. Back right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware. The East leading by 18, and here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and, you know, they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them.
On the court right now as the second quarter starts for the West All-Stars. Malone is out there with McDaniel. Then it's Lever. Then it's Magic Johnson. And it's Olajuwon in its center. Jordan with the bucket.
Love how Jordan uses his jumping ability on the offensive boards. I mean, this guy just does not give up.
Johnson, the pass to McDaniel. Here's Olajuwon. And it's the East with the rebound. Here's Jordan. Here's... Oh! Wow, my goodness.
Man. And the high-flying antics of Jordan, simply awesome.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Johnson, the pass to Lever. Here's McDaniel. Passes it to Malone. Johnson outside. Back to Malone. And it's blocked by Jordan.
We all know about Michael's offensive prowess, okay? But he's incredible defensively as well. He works hard at that end, and that's rare for a star.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Michael
Free throw good, Jordan.
taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West. McDaniel, the pass to Johnson. Outside, Olajuwon. The pass to McDaniel. Some nice passing here by the West. Johnson. And it's Bird with the rebound.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello. His first time coaching in the All-Star game.
The shot's good from Jordan.
Playing well on both ends of the floor, stifling defense and dangerous O. That's a heck of a combo.
They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
Pass to Malone. 6 to shoot. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Stars.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Daugherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Jordan, the pass to Bird. Outside for Jordan. Over Lever. Jordan outside. Another shot. And it's good on the way in. Jordan's got 30 points.
Hey, the defense has the right idea there, but Jordan has the skills to overcome the contact.
Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over.
Boy, they've been staggered right now. Reeling. So good idea to use the TO.
Here is Olajuwon. He kicks it to Malone. Johnson, the pass to Lever. Pass to McDaniel. Shot clock at 5. Inside, Olajuwon. The grace of Hakeem Olajuwon. Something special to see. And Clark, when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
Magic Johnson delivers passes with such pinpoint accuracy. Wow.
Johnson.
Look at Johnson shaking up the defense with the pick and roll, moving the pieces around like a chess player to find the right play.
East All-Stars ball.
Thomas. Close that on Jordan, come on.
Jordan against Lever.
Excellent defense that time from Lever, using his quickness to stay draped all over his guy.
Doesn't go that time. Excellent defense there from Ewing. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point. Lever against Thomas. Here's Malone. Patrick Ewing comes up with the rebound. Ewing's got rebound number 15 here tonight. That one drops for him. Jordan's got 36.
Another big night for Jordan. What a natural scorer he is. MJ simply can do it all.
And the basket by Olajuwon.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last three playing here tonight.
On the wing, Ewing. Just 5 to shoot. Bird right side. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Bird's got 7 points in the game.
Larry Bird had it going last night at the Legends game, trying to fill it up tonight as well.
McDaniel, the pass to Olajuwon. Shoots over Ewing. And it's Olajuwon missing.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort. Tell you what, the long arms and great wingspan of Johnson are well used and suited for the shot denial.
Aguirre's checked in for the West. Here's Jordan. And not many out there who can elevate like Michael Jordan.
Going way upstairs for the one-handed jam. Major athleticism on display.
And Clark graceful too. So graceful. He almost makes it look easy.
Sure does.
Passes to Olajuwon. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Great size and scoring ability. Hakeem, a tough assignment defensively. Drawing whistles, drawing fouls, nothing new for him.
And Jordan throws it down. And Jordan Clark within reach of the record.
He's almost there. Keep that pedal to the metal is what I say.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West. Back to Lever. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan.
Ball.
And so here are the West All-Stars. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it fly.
Boy, Thomas, a pesky defender. He enjoys putting pressure on the opponent, making him uncomfortable. Right now, it's simply the second shots that are killing him. I mean, they've got to do a better job securing the miss after playing solid defense.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Draws the whistle and nearly gets it to fall.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And he knocks down the first one. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Drexler's checked in.
At the line for 2.
Good on both. And so here are the West All-Stars. Johnson, the pass to Olajuwon. Stolen by Ewing. And it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game, set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin, and it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
Wilkins against Aguirre. And here's Drexler outside. East grabs the miss.
Well, that's a quality look for him. Probably surprised himself with that miss.
Oh, and the jam by Jordan.
There it is right there in front of you. Jordan going to work and dunking it like only he can.
Now, here's Johnson. Drexler outside. Back to Johnson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Larry Bird.
It's on Larry Bird.
Personal foul.
The West All-Stars have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
West All-Stars, Magic Johnson. Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Johnson.
Well, pretty much the perfect point guard, if there is such a thing. Magic has incredible passing skills, great size, unbelievable vision, plus leadership qualities that make him CEO-like.
Here's Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
Even with the score where it is, he just keeps coming.
Here's Johnson. He has 6. Aguirre passes to Johnson.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Olajuwon against Ewing. The offensive rebound. And Jordan sends it back.
With defensive prowess and nearly a 7-foot wingspan, it's a lot harder to get a clean look on Jordan than most guys. Hey, the field goal percentages tell the full story. One team is playing more smart and efficient basketball.
There's 1:40 left in the first half of basketball. Johnson against Jordan, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now, 2nd in All-Star votes this year, and he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in LA as a fundraiser. And I understand it's quite an event. He is anchored in and making a living down low tonight.
1:10 left here in the second. Drexler outside. The pass to Olajuwon. Excellent defense there from Ewing.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Boy, what a ruthless, wicked dribble move that time by Jordan. Threw his defender off and got the space he needed to fire.
Jordan against Johnson. Drexler outside. Pass to Olajuwon. Here's Johnson. That shot off the mark. Excellent defense there from Ewing. Jordan kicks to Ewing. Jordan down low. He's guarded by Olajuwon. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Ewing. Ewing's got 3 assists now in this one. And it's Johnson penetrating. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 10 points.
Magic Johnson leads the league in assists, and he's also got the most assists in All-Star game history. He processes the game at another level, folks.
Good if it goes. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the East All-Stars sitting at a lead of 40 points at the end of the quarter. Terrific play. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this. And we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the East.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
Thomas is out there with Jordan. Then there's Ewing. Then there's Bird. And it's Wilkins in at the small forward position. That's the group for Mike Fratello getting going here in the second half. English, high post, working on Wilkins. English, no good. And of the players in tonight's All-Star game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times. He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Thomas goes in. Johnson with the rebound. It's Lever on the wing. And he drives in and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Reads the play well there and gets himself in the air at just the right time. Terrific denial.
Here's Johnson. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. That's 12 points for Magic Johnson. And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show. Boy, he's so crafty, Isaiah Thomas, and really unselfish. A pass-first point guard who knows exactly when one of his guys is open and how to get it to him.
Johnson, the pass to Olajuwon. Some nice passing here by the West. And English gets it to go.
English.
English has got his second bucket tonight.
You know, people said Alex English was too light of frame, too skinny, not athletic enough. Well, how about this? He's playing in his 7th straight All-Star game. So much for being too skinny. Boy, inside, the defense goes all out trying to stop Thomas, but he stays focused and manages to get around him for the bucket. They've won the rebounding battle, and it's translated to the score.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Trying to get open is Bird. Thomas, good.
Boy, Isaiah Thomas, such a creative ball handler. Rush hour handles, and a fantastic feel for how to break defenses down.
And for a report on the center position, we take you over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, one of the big stories this weekend is the matchup of Moses Malone and Hakeem Olajuwon. Of course, Moses helped Hakeem a lot when he was starting in the game. He worked with him down in Houston in the summertime on low post moves and how to really rebound the basketball. Now we see the torch being passed from one of the all-time greats to a future all-time great. Kevin, back to you.
That's a good story, D.A., and there is that handoff, which is so historic to watch. Hakeem Olajuwon, by the way, Clark, got the 3rd most All-Star votes this year.
Which indicates how much the fans are beginning to recognize and appreciate his excellence. There's a reason that Olajuwon was drafted ahead of Michael Jordan. He's got a lot of game and clearly on his way to being one of the all-time greats. And in this day and age, you've got to have a dominant center to be able to compete for championships.
He is indeed a very special player. You're right.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time.
Johnson with it. 14 points for him. It's Lever on the wing. Thomas covering. Malone. And that one is off. Good D by Jordan. And you think about it, Justin Clark, how about the all-star reserves? Guys that start normally are the stars of their team, now off the bench on a team of stars.
Kevin, excellent point. For players who are used to starting the game, probably a rare experience coming in off the bench and trying to get it going. But I think these guys so enjoy being part of this, that sacrifice is not much at all.
You're exactly right. Jordan finds Bird. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got his 5th assist in this one. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars. Here's Worthy. In time, he gets the jumper to fall. Well, Clark, there was some question whether James Worthy would actually play in this All-Star game.
Yeah, he's dealing with some tendonitis in his knee, and because of that, I think his minutes very well could be limited.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention to the big picture, doesn't he?
Yep.
Wilkins kicks to Thomas. Back to Wilkins. Shot clock at 6. Going in. Oh, wow, man.
And Dominique Wilkins is the go-to scorer for the Hawks, no question about that. And he's embraced that leadership role as well. Obviously a huge part of the Hawks' success.
And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there.
On the wing, Jordan. And it's Wilkins, that time on the assist from Michael Jordan. Wilkins has got 4 this quarter.
Well, Dominique runs into some tight defense, but sticks with his shot and manages to push through.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And it's Jordan slamming it down.
From him, fans love seeing this kind of dunk.
How about that? Just giving the people, Clark, what they want to see.
Gotta give them what they want.
Yep. Pass to Lever. Johnson outside. Up top, Worthy. Clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Bird. In the corner, Wilkins with it. Driving. Oh! Wow!
There are very few guys in this league who make dunking a true art form. Neek is one of those guys.
Wilkins has gone 80% from the field, 4 of 5 shooting. Here's Johnson, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Out of bounds.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan. Donaldson, he's checked in for the West. Drexler comes in for Johnson.
James Donaldson. Clyde Drexler.
Lever with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Lever passes to Donaldson. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
James
That
Donaldson.
falls. Great assist by Lever.
Fat Lever.
Lever's got 6 assists here tonight.
You know, there's been talk about adding a third referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it, and they plan to put it before the board of governors at the next meeting.
Worthy with the bounce pass. Drexler against Jordan. Drexler passes to Donaldson. The West All-Stars need to get a shot off here. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Drexler. And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
Worthy against Wilkins. No good there. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. And Clark, with 3 officials working games, do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the third official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
Aguirre's checked in for the West. Wilkins passes to Bird. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Bird's got 11 points.
Yeah, you know, when he's not beating you from the 3 or attacking the basket, Bird, very reliable from the mid-range.
Remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Drexler kicks to Lever. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. They get it back. Drexler. Yep, it counts.
And at 26 points per game, Drexler ranks 7th in the league in scoring. His Blazers playing catch-up with the Lakers, though. Their improved defense has helped them overcome some early injuries.
To the paint. And there's Patrick Ewing on the assist from Michael Jordan. He's got 10.
Outstanding execution out of the 2-man game there. Jordan, such a skilled playmaker, and that's an area of his game that often gets overlooked.
Donaldson no good.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got 10 points here in the second half. And Clark, a slow start, but Michael Jordan is beginning now to get some momentum and heating up.
And the fans starting to take notice. They're feeling it a little bit, making some noise. They're certainly hoping he can make it happen.
Trains it from beyond the arc. And if there's a rival for the size and athleticism of Michael Jordan, Clark, it might just be Clyde Drexler.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. The Phi Slamma Jamma alum can take flight with the very best of them.
Yep, great athletes. Here's Thomas, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Isaiah.
Well, I tell you what, the fight and determination of Isaiah Thomas is contagious, infectious. He's excellent at staying with the play and then finishing through the foul. For a little guy, he plays a lot bigger.
Catching up on the changes for the East. McHale comes in for Wilkins, and Danny Ainge has subbed in for Jordan. Aguirre kicks to Abdul-Jabbar. 5 on the clock. A baseline J. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Lever will not pass up these kinds of shots often. A very aggressive scorer.
And here's Bird for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the East All-Stars holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting it.
51.
Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. the grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA. Down the stretch here, the East, Clark, out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
Woo, it sure has been. On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the fourth quarter going. Aguirre is out there with Drexler. Then it's McDaniel. Then there's Donaldson, and it's Worthy in at the power forward position. And it's Drexler with the ball for the West. Pass to Donaldson. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's Drexler. The 15-footer, good.
And enjoying his finest pro season, Clyde the Glide Drexler making his second All-Star appearance. Worked over the summer with Kiki Vandeweghe to substantially improve his jump shot. Really crafty play that time by Jordan. Good decision. The defense was locked in on him, so he gave it away.
Outside, Aguirre. Back to Drexler. McDaniel, the pass to Drexler. Just 5 on the clock. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Danny Ainge has developed into an elite marksman.
And Danny Ainge making his All-Star debut in year 7, having the best season of his career. He went from a singles hitter in pro baseball to a long-distance laser in the NBA.
Donaldson goes back up. Drexler passes to Donaldson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. And in his 8th season in the NBA, James Donaldson making Clark his first All-Star appearance.
And you know, Kevin, before his NBA career, he actually played his first professional season in Italy. So he's taken the path less traveled for sure.
He said, "Arrivederci" to Italy to come to the NBA.
Yes, he did.
And James Worthy here in Clark, his 3rd All-Star game.
Yeah, I was part of the '82 draft when Worthy was the #1 pick out of North Carolina. He can hurt you on the block as well as in transition.
So refresh our memories. He was #1. Where were you taken?
I was number 8, Kevin.
That's right.
Number 8.
That's right. I knew that. I just wanted you to boast a little bit.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined.
Drexler passes to McDaniel. And here's Worthy. Outside, Aguirre. Here's Donaldson. And there's the pass to Aguirre. No good on the triple. Well, you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And, you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then they cooled off just a bit. Now tied with Detroit at 3 games behind Atlanta. Those teams are breaked up pretty good. And, you know, they aren't showing any signs of easing up. Their offense looks superb right now.
Magic Johnson, he checked in for Aguirre. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Johnson kicks to Drexler. Pass to McDaniel. Back to Drexler. They get a hand on it. And here we go. The East with a fast break. McHale, that's good.
This is the 4th All-Star game for the Celtics, Kevin McHale. Kids at home who want to learn how to score in the post, just put the isolated camera on Kevin McHale, please. Moves on moves on top of moves in the paint.
And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted the challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
He certainly did, and the West as a team will certainly have their work cut out for him trying to slow that guy down.
That is going to be fun to watch. Johnson surveying the floor. Shoots over Jordan. Johnson can't hit.
And Commissioner David Stern in the house tonight. Since taking over 4 years ago, he's done a remarkable job helping guide this league to new unprecedented heights.
Exactly. Here's Donaldson. Pass to Johnson. No good that time. And the East now will go the other way with it. One thing the league has done since Commissioner Stern has taken over Clark is really marketing the league around its stars. And I like that type of strategy.
I agree with you, Kevin, wholeheartedly. And what better time to highlight those great stars than tonight? Amazing talent, compelling personalities. The league is certainly on a great trajectory.
It absolutely is. Here's Drexler. And it's the East with the rebound. And here is Jordan. Passes it to Ainge. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Ainge has got 6 here in this quarter.
And Ainge this season has hit a three-pointer in 23 consecutive games. That's an NBA record, and that is his game, making threes. One of Magic's favorite shots, the pull-up.
Ainge against Drexler. Ainge the pass to Jordan. There's the triple. And another 3 from the East.
The number of the second half, 3. They are drilling shots.
Outside, Drexler. Here's McDaniel. Now Johnson. Now the pass to McDaniel. Over Ainge. McHale with the rebound.
And after the Central Division, the Midwest has been the second most competitive division. Those teams are sitting at 10 games over 500.
Danny Ainge.
Ainge has gone to work from the arc, nailing all 4 of his attempts. Johnson kicks to Drexler. Back to Johnson. Pass to McDaniel. Drexler against Ainge. Drexler against the bucket. And Clark in the Midwest, those Rockets are really making a push.
And they're doing it behind Hakeem Olajuwon. To me, he's the best center in the NBA. They certainly got a chance to give the Lakers a run for their money.
Oh, yeah. And the West All-Stars have possession. Drexler inside. Ainge covering. Chalk up 2 there. 8 points for James Worthy.
You know, one of the things I like about James Worthy's game is he doesn't take bad shots. He really focuses on getting high percentage shots.
It's good from long range.
He is determined to hunt shots out there on the perimeter.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West. Drexler finds Johnson. Here's Donaldson. Here's McDaniel. Pass to Johnson. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Bird's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Jordan the pass to Ainge. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Ainge beats you all around the floor. He's a 3-level scorer for sure.
Passes it to McDaniel. Now here's Drexler. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Danny Ainge.
First personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for West All-Stars, Clyde Drexler. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for the West. And he makes both free throws. This offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Everybody sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you really hard to defend. Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense to draw the foul on the way
The
up.
line for your East, Michael Jordan. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Jordan nails both of them. 1:43 left here in the fourth quarter. Johnson, the pass to Worthy. And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Aguirre's checked in.
West All-Star substitution, Mark Aguirre.
And the East has possession. And they recover it. Here's Jordan. And the layup is good. Jordan's got 13 points in just this quarter.
You know, this is why Jordan is such an effective scorer. Picks his spots really well inside.
And the pass to Aguirre. Driving inside. And it's blocked by Jordan. 1:09 left in the fourth. Count the basket.
As they keep expanding this lead, keep feeding him the ball.
Tipped away. Abdul-Jabbar kicks to Johnson. Count it.
Calling his own number
Johnson.
9. Magic has been feeling it, and he's delivered.
Looking to keep it rolling.
Stay on the attack and keep playing the right way. Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Stolen by Ainge.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. It'll be the West All-Stars ball. The East making a switch. Rivers checked in.
Your East.
Well, as you can see, when you're casual with the ball, it can come back to bite you.
For sure. I mean, playing loose can help you and hurt you. It can cut both ways. I think they've got to tighten it up a little bit here.
And Donaldson gets it to go. And the 7-2 center from the Mavericks, James Donaldson.
You know, I think he's the only lefty in this game. Larry Bird and Danny Ainge right left-handed, but they shoot it with their right hand.
You and I have talked about this before, but defending a lefty is different than defending clearly a right-handed shooter.
Throws you off just a little bit, Kevin.
Bird looking it over. Gets the bucket.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in. Clark, they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored, but you still got to go out and prove it, and they did exactly that.
And so much scoring in that lineup for the East. My goodness, look at those names.